if I'm well illuminated for this. We'll see. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Trade Skills. Hopefully you guys can see me okay. Sorry I'm on a little late. I'm trying something out. So I have 45. Why does it say 45? There's a comment in there that just says 45. Not sure what that is. All right. To be better about the algorithm, I'm just going to be referring to other streaming services, live streaming services, as the blue or the purple or the red. And then you just can figure it out. But today I'm live on the blue, the purple, the red, and the other one, whatever color that is, I don't know, multicolored, purple and pink, blue and pink, I don't know. Either way, guys, we're here. Today I am going to be freehanding a carve. I, for some reason, just had the itch to carve a cowboy. I just wanted to carve a cowboy to see if I have gained enough skill to carve a cowboy. So that's what we're going to work on today. We're going to see if I fail, if I'm gloriously successful. We're going to see. If you tune in on Mondays, great, Monday night, like tonight, thank you. But I have been recently going live earlier in the day usually. I know normally my normal is like every Monday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm still trying to abide by that tonight. It didn't really work out that way. I had to get laundry from the laundromat. It's a long story. What's going on? PDS. HD Mic 64. What's going on? That just makes me think about like an HD adapter for a Nintendo 64. I don't know why. Anyways, I left my washer and dryer at the house in Nashville because in Illinois, well, actually in the Midwest, a lot of Gator Tim, what's going on? A lot of the houses here have basements, and that is where the hookup is. That's where like one of the heaviest things in your house you have to take. Washer, dryer, maybe not so much a washer, but they get heavy and they get awkward and down a narrow space of stairs. Not ideal, but the Midwesterners do it, you know. How? I don't know. Maybe because they've got like a crew of people to help them get it down. Maybe they pay somebody to do it. I'm not really sure. If you're curious what I'm doing, I'm stropping right now. Or at least I'm using this paste to go ahead and sharpen my blade. We are doing Path to Polymath series of trade skills where I go from zero knowledge to somewhat proficient at a skill, hobby, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so I learn with you guys. I start with zero knowledge in something, or at least I might have toyed around with wood carving at some point with no actual real goal or training or trial. Anyways, Linz, what's going on, Linz? Howdy. Anyways, so yeah, Path to Polymath. I'm picking up a new skill. So currently it is wood carving and whittling. I'm going to take it from zero knowledge to somewhat proficient. And then at the very end of it, I'm going to have somebody to interview who is proficient at this. We're going to go over where I'm lacking, what I'm doing great at, and what my next milestone will be. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to move the wood carving to the back burner. I'm going to do it on my own as a hobby. And then I'm going to, what is this? Drop by to say, hey, you're on my FYP on my scroll. Oh, people we know. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Linda, I hadn't seen you forever. I see you're still getting it though. TikTok, and I don't know if you were were you on the purple platform? I think you were. Anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna put wood carving on the back burner, do it on my own in my spare time outside of the show, and then pick up a new hobby. So whether that is like making like stained glass windows, or whether that is like sculpting or doing like simple pottery, just kind of get the fundamentals, or mosaics. I'm really wanting to learn how to sew and like make clothes. So I think that's super cool. We'll see if anything kind of happens with it, but that is an interest of mine. Why can I not drag this anymore? Oh well. If I can find that again. Yeah. So yeah, picking up new skills. And then I do the purple platform too, but I haven't in a while, getting back to it. Yeah, I still try it, you know. The show's a bit different, you know. It's not just Jake and I, like, very randomly interviewing somebody. Like, we wanted to do it every week, but it eventually got to where, I mean, it was like once every 3 months, once every 4 months, you know, something like that. But we were still going live, but we would just kind of hang out and drink beer together and, you know, talk about random stuff. It was silly, but kind of, I think it kind of ventured away from what we originally had an idea for the show. Even beer itself, I'm taking a back burner on beer. I feel like, you know, with me having a kid on the way, probably killing 6 beers every Monday by myself is probably not ideal, even though I like reviewing them. So I think currently I do maybe 1 beer a week, if that, 2. So I'll have some on the show. Currently we're rocking Edmund's Oast, a sour fruit punch, and we got a Gozerita from Ironmonger. It's not really a beer review show anymore. It never really was supposed to be that. The beer was supposed to be a lubricant for conversation. So as I have people on to interview, the conversation loosens up with the presence of beer. But it kind of just became a beer show. But yeah, currently stropping the blade, or getting the blade ready to hone. So first blade. Tonight I'm going to try to carve a cowboy freehand. So I'm going to sketch out, I think I'm going to do it just like from here up. So we'll see. The only time I've ever like tried to free carve something was I think maybe episode 3, episode 4. I think what I tried to carve didn't work, so I carved a mushroom, which, I mean, those are super simple. I mean, it works. It's got like little gills and stuff on it. It works, but that doesn't require a lot of skill. Congrats on the kiddo, by the way. That's exciting. Thanks, Linz. Yeah, it is exciting. I wasn't sure if it was ever going to happen. My family had given up on me. They're like, well, I guess Jonathan and Nathan gonna give me all the grandbabies. My mom, Alicia can attest, my mom's face when we gave her the, it was like a box on Mother's Day that she came up to visit. She had no idea, and she came up to visit from Georgia, so it's a 12-hour drive. And yeah, we took her out to eat for Mother's Day to an Indian restaurant, and she opens up this little box, and at that point we didn't know the gender, so we ran gender neutral because we went that way all the way up until he was conceived. We just wanted to do it old school. Born. Oh. Yes. Yeah, no, conceived wasn't. sorry, born. Yeah, so my mom, flipped her shit, and I recorded it, because, we want to keep that forever. That blade feels nice and good. Let's check it. School loan paper. Oh, yeah. I brought mine cup? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that one's pretty good. So I'm going to put this little bad boy off to the side. And we're gonna go to another blade. It's one of my little shorties. I like using him to get in to do some fine work. So today I'm gonna use, like I said, I'm doing like a bust of a cowboy. So we'll see if I can pull it off. But basically from here up, I'm gonna look up some source material for a cowboy, or one that kind of is in line with what I have in mind. I want to go like a little bit more extreme version of a Lee Van Cleef kind of situation. I don't know if you're familiar with like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. He was even the model for Revolver Ocelot. He was the model for Revolver Ocelot in the Metal Gear Solid series. So he's got like a nice little mustache. I don't think he has something here, but he might. But yeah, that's the kind of vibe I want. But I want like overdone kind of mustache. I'm not doing the twisty, but definitely like a noticeable stash. And we'll see how that works. I've honestly never done like humans, like human faces or anything like that. So actually, that's not totally true. Cause I mean, I got a gnome. I did a gnome, and I mean they're not human, but they are humanoid. So I guess that's something. And then I'm trying to think what a couple of days ago I carved something pretty awful. What? Friday I carved a little cardinal. It looks cute, right? Here, we'll take it to so the folks on blue and purple can see. And red. Yeah, take that back a little bit. Actually, that's not a bad look. Anyways, I'm gonna get this bad boy set up. Love me some Metal Gear. Same. That's Foxhound tattoo that I never got finished, because when I got it, I was really broke. I kind of scrapped together my money and got the outline, and I was like, eventually I'm gonna get it worked. It's gonna be like the guns firing. These are like Revolver Ocelot's guns. The guns firing, and eventually them turning into like flowers. If you played like Twin Snakes, which you're getting ready for Delta soon, if you haven't played it, that would be a good one to try. But it turns like from flames to like reddish to pinkish to the white flowers that will come up on this, and then that'll be like a stony, like a gravestone. Yeah, never really did it. I kind of just liked it as it was. The cardinal's totally nice. Hey, thanks. I'm still very new to this path to Polymath. So, and in Polymath, if people are unfamiliar, it's just a person. Think of like the most simplistic way I can say it is like a jack of all trades. So it's somebody who has knowledge in a wide array of things, a multifaceted person. So I'm going to be just over the course of the series, just taking on new skills and trying to learn new things instead of just living vicariously through the people I have on the show. And what's great about a lot of these skills is that they kind of like trickle on to other skills, you know? That'd be dope. Yeah, that would be dope. But I started just liking the solid color by itself, or liking it with just the outline. Anybody who's like a Metal Gear fan, if they see it, they'll be like, oh, that's cool. But I mean, it's way up here, so nobody really even sees it. They see something poke out there, but they don't really know what it is. Let's see how this blade's sitting. Cut this thing up so much. Let's see. That's tearing. Yeah, we'll what's up, Bonqui? That's Bonnie down here. My dog. My stanky dog. She's in unfamiliar territory, so she's jumping up on us because she's like, I don't know where the hell I am. She never goes into the basement. We are currently in the basement. If you live in the Midwest and you have a basement, if you need to have a studio, that's kind of like the place you're gonna have it. All right, I feel like that's about as good as it's gonna get. Yeah. Dope. We're gonna put these bad boys in here before I cause myself harm, and we will go back to it here in a moment. We're gonna need gloves, you know. You're gonna need gloves for this. If you decide to pick up this hobby, if you want to be that old man or that old woman sitting out on the porch who just carves and makes walking sticks with snakes on them, this kit will do it. It wasn't expensive. I think I got it on Amazon. It might have been 30 something bucks. It comes with the wood. It comes with like some really crappy gloves. It comes with A plethora of blades, so I've got probably 9 blades there, just gouges and chisels and all kinds of stuff. So they've got even like this hooked one that's like really good for making spoons. My spoon journey did not turn out well because I had one of these, and you need something to hold on to while you're like carving, you know? You can't just like carve it all the way down here. I mean, you can, but that just takes a lot more experience. So that was that's the spoon that I made. Look, it's like working on fundamentals, okay? Like kind of getting the idea of like cutting out the bottom, putting a dip, and putting a bowl in it. So it kind of works. I made a really like rough ball once because it's like, that's part of fundamentals as well. I had to take it from like a cube and then cut that cube into a cylinder and then cut the tops off the cylinder and make it round and kind of just slowly work it around. Tiny spoon, it is a tiny spoon. In Albany, anytime I saw a tiny spoon, it was someone that used to go to a lot of Bonnaroo and stuff like that. Tiny spoons were used for other things. You know what I'm talking about? You see them at Harvest Moon and they got their little necklace on. I'm like, is that a little spoon? Oh, it's a souvenir? Right. Anyways, I'm gonna break out. So these were in my cellar. So these are, I won't call them vintage beers, but they are, let's see, this one's 2022. And this one is 2022. So not super old, but in the world of sours, that's, you know, it's got a little age on it. But usually they age fine. It smells great. You want some of this? Do you want me to taste it first to make sure you don't get botulism or anything? No. I'm just being a goose. Mm-hmm. Tell me when. That was a Tombstone reference. Say when. No? Okay. I had the Tombstone mustache for a little while. The Doc Holliday. Anyways. I suppose I should be finding some. No? You made faces.
It's not bad. It's just
Tart.
yeah. Well, not really. Kind of tastes like apple juice.
It's actually not too. It's tart without being sweet.
Yeah.
Very, very carbonated. I'm going to.
Not so bad.
Cowboy reference photos. Front, side.
It's cold down here.
It is. Well, I like that one. It looks like Don Bluth, who did like Dragon's Lair and Troll in Central Park, and he has like a very specific art style. Space Ace. That looks almost like something he did. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to go with this for a cowboy or go with this from the chest to the head. That's a lot of material to take off.
You gotta do a hat and everything.
Probably. You think?
I feel like maybe not with wood carving.
Well, I could sculpt that like cake, I think.
I feel like the bigger something is, the easier it is. Like with most things with art.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You're the wood carver, so.
All right. I'm going to put the hat all the way up at the top. Actually, I should probably behoove me to do a center line. That's probably somewhere around here. That'll do, pig. All right, so I want his hat probably to sit. What? What's she doing? You got mama here, why are you worried? There's a hat there. We'll do a nose here. The bread? Oh, that one? Yeah. You haven't seen it since? Look, I thought you said bread. Hope you have an awesome carving time. Gonna finish laundry before bed. Right on. That's literally just what I was doing. His chin. Shoulders. We had just gotten back. It's like I have to use a laundromat because everywhere here has basements. That's where the plug up is. It's a pain in the ass. True, but I mean True, but I also feel that one second. I feel like what money we save on water, we still spend on. I mean, it costs me $30 at least $30 every time. I have my laundry on the list for tonight and folding it all tomorrow. I couldn't do that. I couldn't fold it the next day. I mean, I can, but my stuff, I hate shit being wrinkled.
I could fold it 2 weeks from now.
I hate my clothes being wrinkled. It's mostly just like, get close, just walk around in silks all the time. That sounds awful. My autism would not let me do that. I don't know if I'm autistic, but I know that like labels and stuff bother me on the back of shirts and things like that. So, yo, Tim Kim, I'm sorry I missed your message, man. We were talking about Tim Kim 3 minutes ago. We're talking about when we come to Albany. We're gonna go to Viet Pho, or actually, sorry, Kim's Kitchen. I got to get with it because it is. All right. That looks like a good. Looks a little off center. I put a center line in there and everything. Notorious Car, what's going on? You're awesome. You're awesome. Thank you. Thank you much. I am trying. Who is this Notorious Car? I'm not positive. Hey, thanks. A chili. I don't know what a chili is, but I like it. Nick Carr. Oh, what's going on, man? Nick Carr, what's going on? Thank you kindly. This is me doing my little show, man. I changed it where it's Path to Polymath now. So I just learn a new skill. I try something out, go from zero knowledge to somewhat proficient. When I get done with that, I do an interview, hopefully with somebody who is proficient at that. So for this would be a wood carver or a whittler or any kind of woodworker really that just deals with small blades and fine work like this. And do an interview. When I'm done with that, move on to the next one. So mosaic, sculpting, pottery, stained glass, making clothes, sewing. How are you? Much support. Thank you. I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Trying TikTok out. I usually just would post random stupid videos on TikTok for something popped up over my head. I do not know what that was. I'm so new to this. Like stuff starts popping up on my head and I have like no idea what it is. No, it's so I can read comments. Larry Turner, what's going on? Larry Turner 420. He sent me a heart, sent me a goat. Sent I'm new here. Music on stage. I don't know what any of this is, but thank you. It's definitely entertaining. It's cool looking. But yeah, so that's essentially what the show is I learn new things. I sent TikTok Universe to Sunny. Oh, okay. Anyways, sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm not used to all the flash and the razzle dazzle and things popping up on the screen. Thank you for all of that. That was very nice. I don't know what it does, but it definitely was entertaining. But yeah, all's been good here, man. I moved off to the Midwest. Had a baby. No, I didn't have a baby. I probably look like I had a baby, but just making you laugh, bro. As always, love is laughter. Encourage more viewers to share. Thanks, man. Thank you. I'm getting lots of laughter these days. I had a kid. Well, we had a kid. I keep saying I like I gave birth to him, but she did all the hard work. I just sat there in amazement. But yeah, his name is Florence. He's great. He's thank you. I got some roses. So I had a baby. He's great. His name is Florence. So like Florenzo, Enzo. That's kind of how she's making faces, but I like Enzo as a nickname for Florence. Florenzo. She says we have to wait till his personality shows to try to give him nicknames. Right now he's just Stinky Butt and Little Man and Sweet Baby Angel from the Sky, Chunky, Butterball, all of those things. Heck yeah, buddy. I'm happy for y'all. Thank you, man. And also the Midwest has been interesting, to say the least. The people here are different, but familiar. So it feels kind of like Georgia, but it also feels a little different. So I'm not really sure what that's about. And they say they're Southern and they all listen to country music, but I'm like, they say they're Southern. I suppose it's all relative, right? To Canada, we're all Southern. If you're in Alaska, it's like, oh, you're Southern as hell. You live in Oregon. Yeah, you live in Washington State. Damn, you're Southern as hell. But yeah, they're like, yeah, I'm Southern. I'm like, where's your Southern accent? Why don't you sound Southern? It's a whole different world, but colder. Yeah, it's still waiting for my family to start at 36. I'm 41 now. It didn't happen until I was 40. And I didn't think it would. My mom didn't think it would. It just happened. And it's great. I'm glad it did. And because her and I have done so much traveling and I've lived so much. She's still young. I'm gonna be a super old man and she's gonna be young. She's making faces. Anyways, yeah, no, it's been a blessing for sure. All right, I have this here. We're gonna do that. It goes down like that, and I guess right on here is where it comes up. Honestly, it's supposed to be a cowboy, but the way the hat's done, it's gonna be probably spy versus spy. I'm glad to see you and your family doing well, buddy. You're always an awesome friend. Thanks, man. How are you doing? Everything going well for you? I mean, it seems you know the TikTok, man. Seems you know the TikTok well. All this stuff started flying up. This is my 4th live, I think. Yeah, 4th live. I was just always having difficulty with it because I had to do it on my phone. I was doing it through the computer, so like the purple platform that I use, the red platform, the blue platform. Is there another one? Yeah, all 3 of those are going through the computer and OBS, and they've got better cameras and all that, and a proper microphone. And this platform is just propped up on my phone. Good. I come home. I come in here after I crawl from under a rock. It's probably a great way to unwind. Do you go live? Do you do any live yourself? All right, so I'm gonna put a stop cut right here, all the way across. One of the tricky things I found about wood carving, or I guess just carving in general, taking something that is a block and pulling something out of it, that has been a tricky one for me to get down. I'm doing what's called a push cut. And we're going to try to do a stop cut, so I don't want the blade to go any further past that. So we're going to put a nice stop cut in here. It's going to basically take out a chunk. And there's our chunk. Let's make it to where these guys can actually see it. There we go. I do podcasts and lives, but I enjoy life and travel more now than social. Helped my peace. Yeah, I'm definitely a big travel bud too. Yeah, I need to, I don't know, man. TikTok live is just so foreign to me that it's just something, I don't know, I'm gonna have to sit down. I've been going live with trade skills for like 5 years, but I never really wanted to make anything out of it other than we liked going live. I mean, we always thought the idea of it, like if it ever made it to like some platform that it could get a lot more views or like regular screen time or even on TV, we thought that would always be cool, but that was never like anything actually in the books. But I guess probably 6 or 7 years we've been kind of getting down at it, and I've been doing it on my own here for, I'd say a year, but there was long stints where I wasn't doing anything. I wouldn't say I wasn't doing anything. I moved to a state where my partner was the only person I knew. So just kind of getting my bearings, trying to get used to life in a different place. Getting used to living with the person and have them not be mad at me all the time, not piss them off all the time. I'm still working on that one. All the time. Yeah. What to what? I'm sorry, I didn't. Yeah, I piss her off all the time. Maybe that's what you were asking what about. But yeah, so I've been doing the show for a long time, but it wasn't really anything we were trying to make money from. We even like opted out of becoming like affiliate on Twitch. I think we had affiliate within the first month or two of going on Twitch, or we had met all our goals, but I don't know, man. I feel like if money starts, her response was, yes, what? The side eye tells all, yeah. You couldn't see it, but it was some stinking that, she was stink-eyeing the hell out of me. I'm used to it, yes, very much so. Do you want a microphone, babe? Because they don't think I'm just a crazy person talking to myself. They can't hear you. No? I saw the stank. Oh, that was stanky. Man, I'm going to take off a lot of material to get this hat going. The smaller one would have been the better bet. I don't know who. A Weiss Leghari invited you to co-host. I don't know what that is. But I don't know you, so I don't know that it would be beneficial to the show, whoever that was. Thank you for the offer, but unless you're doing wood carving, I don't know that it would benefit the show co-hosting. It would deter from it. I probably should carve in a way that you guys can actually see. Maybe you can see that. So currently I'm just trying to take some of this material off so I can get to this hat. And honestly, it's a lot. So I'm going to use this sweeping push cut, as they call it. I'm going to use my thumb to push the blade. That way it's not so much my wrist going into all of it. So apparently every time I change cameras, it my dog's just eating random stuff off the ground. There's no telling, and she's been feeling sick lately, so much love, broski. Thanks, man. Thank you kindly. Thanks for all the stuff that popped up on the screen. It was definitely very entertaining. I don't know, like I said, I'm so new. I don't know what any of it does other than entertain, and it did that in spades. What's that? That's what she was eating, an old apple core? What do I have an apple core on the ground for? It must have fallen out of my trash can. Invite Diaz to join you as a guest. Yeah, so every time I switch cameras, because I have hotkeys set up on my thing, there's like multiple keys that I push one thing and multiple things happen. It keeps putting in the text 54, and I don't know what that is. So it's gonna look like I have comments, but when I look at the comments, it's just gonna say 54, 54, 54. I'm like, what a fucking crazy person. You're like, what? Okay, 54. I'm not quite 54 yet. Not really. 13 years. It's a drop in the hat. My little man will be how old? Coming up on 14. That's crazy. He will be a teenager. I'm not ready. He is only 8 months. I'm thinking too much about it. Baby, I know it's not really like your kind of movie. Like, you ever seen any John Wick movies? You know, they kill his dog, they mess up his car, or his house, and anyways, you ever seen a movie called Nobody? So I think there's part of the same crew, like not actors, but like directors that had a hand, or writers maybe, screenplay writers. Anyways, I love Bob Odenkirk. He's great. He did a lot. He's done a lot of writing. He's done some acting, but he's done a lot of writing. He was in a TV show called Mr. Show with a guy named David Cross. He's Saul from Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. But I'd seen parts of Nobody, but never really like sat down and watched the whole thing. And I watched it today, and it was great. Actually, I like him more than I like John Wick. I mean, I think John Wick would probably beat him, but I mean, by the time the movie happens, Nobody, he's or was it Mr. Nobody? He's already he's older. He's retired. He's already Keanu Reeves is as well, but I mean, this guy's got a family. He's got kids. He's out of shape, and he still does work. And I love Bob Odenkirk, and I feel like his is a lot more believable. And it also has what's his name? Great Scott. Dr. Brown from Back to the Future. You know, Doc. He's in it too as his dad, and he does a great job. And his dad was like just as much of a badass, if not more, than he was. Yeah. So if you guys are watching and you haven't seen Mr. Nobody, you should see it, because I think they have a sequel coming up here this year or next year. But the premise is very similar to a John Wick movie. Actually, it's very similar to the first John Wick movie. He has some people break into his house. He could have stopped them until he realized that they were just like, they weren't gang members. They weren't anybody like really desperate or really dangerous. They were just kind of desperate. And so he got the upper hand and was getting ready to attack, and then he backed away. He stopped, and he felt some kind of way about it. But anyways, he ends up getting involved with like the Russians. He ends up saving this girl who looks like that's going to be like a SA situation. All these Russians like go onto this bus and she's there by herself. And then he jumps in and starts beating the shit out of him. And it just so happens that one of them is the brother of a famous Russian mafia guy. And so they go to his house to kill him, and he ends up beating all their asses, and then it just escalates from there. So very John Wick. Baba Yaga. Trying to get a nice carve in here. I might have bitten off more than I can chew, to be honest. But we're going to keep trying. What? Don't laugh. It's part of the process, you know? Like, you learn, you make mistakes, you get better, you try to learn from those mistakes. And today I'm trying to make a cowboy. So it's going to be basically from the chest up kind of situation. It's going to be a bust. Can you guys see that all? I'm trying to just take off some material, but I feel like I've sharpened this already really well, and I feel like it still is not cutting as well as I'd like. I mean, it doesn't get much softer than this. This is beechwood, or not beechwood. This is basswood. This is like beginner friendly kind of carving wood. Super soft. It's got very reliable like patterns as far as the grain of the wood. So no big burrs in it. Nothing that would cause the wood to separate in any way that it shouldn't. No knots. This is where I'm at right now. This is what's going to work into a hat, a cowboy hat. And then it's going to go into his face, and like I said, from here up. It says Chucky #1 just got #1 in gifter badge. Congrats, Chucky. I don't know what that means, but like, congrats for sure. After a while, you start feeling it in your hands, just constantly holding on to something and digging at it. August Adventure, sign up now. All this shit just always pops up on TikTok. All right, let's get back into this bad boy. Zach Horton 4, what's going on? Thank you for checking out my little show. So my Path to Polymath show, where I am tackling new skills. Currently, I am tackling whittling and wood carving. I feel like it gets a bit redundant sometimes. I feel like I often repeat myself, but I also have people that come in pretty often. They're like, oh, what's going on? So you kind of have to be redundant. All right. We're going to take Wanda Cox. What's going on? We're going to take some more material off the top. So what you'll see with a lot of like wood carvers, you have traditionalists and there's like purists in anything. I don't care. Any time there's levels of expertise, there's always going to be elitism. So and they're a purist. What's up? Oh, it's touching the table. Thanks, babe. Were you watching? Oh, you were seeing it shaking. And even you can attest, like with archaeology, there's elitism. So there are purists who are like, hey, you know, if you are whittling, you are only using a blade. One blade, and that's it. If you use anything else, if you use sandpaper, I mean, I guess it's a bit excessive, but if they don't want you to reshape with anything other than a blade. And then you have like wood carvers, I mean, and they'll carve with a chainsaw. They don't give a shit. So you'll see a lot of people who aren't purists who they'll have their general design. So they'll have what they want on the front. So let's say this is my front of my cowboy. He's kind of like a very Minecraft cowboy right now, but they'll have their design in the front and then they'll have their design on the side. And then they'll get like a bandsaw or a coping saw and they'll they'll cut out the general shape of it. So they don't have to do any of this heavy carving like I'm currently doing. That would make things easier. And I actually have a nice coping saw and a vise in my cart, my Amazon cart. So all in due time. I am not a purist. I'm here to learn, man. I'm here to learn. I'm here to take it all in. And I feel like me having to take lots and lots of material off like this, I'm not cheating myself. I feel like I'm just saving myself time. I mean, even this itself, this fucking takes forever, man. Just little piece after little piece, trying to whittle down the top of the head, the hat. Let's see if this blade works any better. This definitely has more of an ergonomic grip, but we'll see. I hate that noise that it makes. It just, that part of the wood is so dense that it just makes that noise. It's kind of pulled across. It's not a pure cut like I'd like. And I'm basically just walking it up, just turning it around, taking a little bit off here and there, turning it around just so I can kind of keep it symmetrical. Did you end up liking that beer, babe? Is that something you would buy, even after having it? But that's about it. Not gonna keep it on hand. We actually have a good sour still in the fridge. We have one left, maybe two left. I know for sure at least one. Yeah, the blueberry. It was a very juicy sour. I'm more for a Larry, Alejandre, what's going on? Connor? I'm more for a kettle sour, or not a kettle sour. That's like, probably like a kettle sour, or like a goza. I like a good wild fermentation sour. I like them funky boys. Them stanky. Okay, they don't stink, but they get like wild bacteria in them, and it does kind of like, I won't say it's completely random. Audie, what's going on? Vinny, how's it going? It does like, you know, it can do random things, you know. You get some wild bacteria in there. It can change your whole flavor profile for a beer. And those are the ones that I like lambics. You like a good lambic. Those are the ones that like your jaw just starts to like clench up. You like those, right? You're making faces like I'm saying something crazy. I am saying something crazy. Scuba Steve, little Brit. TikTok. I think TikTok is just so easy to just move on to the next, you know? So with like the purple platform, you know, going from one video to the next is not as easy, you know? You have to go and click on it and back out, click on the next video and then back out. But with this platform, you really can just swipe, swipe, swipe. If it's not what you're feeling, just keep them swiping. You'll eventually find something. Hey, babe. Have you heard of, it's like a live video of, it's like a gate. It's like a fish gate. It's like they have this species of fish coming through, and they have this, like, I think it's like a dam or a gate. And they want them to get through, but then the predator started seeing, like predator fish started getting wise to it, that they were coming out of this door. So they put a camera on the other side, and they made it to where people watching can look around and see if there's a predator, and if there isn't, they can open the gate for the fish, and it's live. I was like, that's awesome. You're out there just saving fish. And then I think that you having access to it is really just the cherry on top. If it was just like somebody else controlling it randomly, I mean, it'd still be cool, but it wouldn't be as interesting. But the fact that viewers control it is what makes it great. El Bosa 777. ASMR wood carving. Remember when I used to just like every night watch? Well, I never did it with you around, I think. There's like this French guy on YouTube. He does like, did I? He does like ASMR, like folklore or like Norse mythology for like 12 hours. And it's just 12 hours of him like, I'm trying to get. And then Odin gave up. I did. Odin gave up his eye for knowledge. But he, you know, he did all of that with a nice little French accent. No, he was definitely baguetted. I can say that because I'm allegedly French. Yeah, I mean, you know how much I didn't like the French before that. And then Mom was like, oh, no, we are French. We're a good bit French. She's like, Brandon, my last name is French. And I'm like, Mom, say it isn't so. Say it isn't so. Because so anytime, and I'm not alone in this, when I would travel, like Italians, nice. English, nice. Australians, nice. French, not so nice. They're usually they weren't mean per se. They just they could just care less. You might get an answer, you might not get an answer, you might get completely ignored.
I feel like that's how Hungarians are, and I loved it.
Oh. TikTok does this thing where, like, after a while, unable to verify. Shaking. Cool. Don joined. Yeah, no, Hungarian as well. You did, yeah. Everybody stayed to their own. They're like, mind your own business.
I'm saying. I don't know why I was born in hell, aka
AKA the South. I think I have to move this to where, or actually, I'll just move this.
Everyone's like so freaking fake nice, and I just can't fucking keep up, nor do I want to. I was like, get the hell out of here.
And you did.
I did. I took a few attempts, but I finally something stuck.
What is this? Connector charger? It's connected, my guy. I literally see the charging up there. So I am going to attempt, I'm freehand just carving a cowboy. I'm seeing if I can. This is, I've done, a few episodes, probably 10 episodes, just kind of working on my carving, maybe more. Definitely more. The problem is I don't do any carving really on my own outside of this. So if I've done, let's say 15 episodes dealing with wood carving, I've only carved wood 15 times. Because my logic is that, people are going to see not necessarily the growth, but the process. So they can see how I'm going from zero knowledge to somewhat proficient. They'll see my mistakes. It just seemed a lot more honest than kind of me practicing, putting in, 10 hours a week or something in wood carving, and there'd be this vast difference from one episode to the next. Luke King, what's going on? So I wanted people to be there for the process, but yeah, that was my mentality on that one. But in doing so, it makes it to where episodes or parts of the series, Path to Polymath, just last a lot longer than they probably should. Like, ideally, I should be working on the next skill by now, whether that's, I don't know, sculpting or, let's see. I'm gonna push down on that. Oof, that could have been bad. Thank God for these gloves. That could have been real bad. Let's see. Did it go through? Almost. That would have been a little rough. Put some super glue on what? My finger? I have cut myself once on the show. I think I did have gloves on, didn't I? I mean, this whole kit came with gloves. Invite VP Games. There's probably a better way to kind of make this square. I probably should have, yeah, I probably should have attacked this from the top. I think that probably would have made it. If you're a carver and you know more than me, by all means, come in and like give me some pointers. I am still very new at this. Half pint, what's going on? Try to get a nice. Try to take off some more material. Can you pull up my Facebook and just see if there's sound coming through? I'm sure there is, but well, good. All right, this is eventually going to be a bust of a cowboy. Man, it's so much material you have to take off. It's fucking insane. What? League D5, top 9-9. Johnny Perkins, what's going on, man? All right, I feel like that's, I mean, it's square, obviously. I'll round it, but that's our general kind of, I'll probably pull this down just a little bit more till probably right there. And then how's little man doing? Still out? They're good. Christina Robbie, what's up? Tyler. Oh, that was a rip right there. A rip is whenever you're taking the wood in a direction that it's not ideally good to take it. And instead of it cutting the wood, it kind of just pulls the wood apart. So you don't want that because it's not very controlled. All right. Let's drop this up a bit. It actually feels like it's cutting pretty well. Maybe not. So much material has to come off. Fucking hell, man. It wasn't so bad with the bear, cause he thick boy, but this cowboy, he's got to be gaunt, you know. He ain't gonna be no fat cowboy. He's got to be like, you know, super slim. They've been out on the range and they've been eating nothing but beans and whatever squirrel they could catch. So that's kind of the look he has. Right now it's kind of a bloated look. Let's get this cardinal out of the way. He turned out cute though. That's a win. That's a win. It's a win for the show. Yeah, he chunky, man. He real chunky. Huh? Yeah, I got to get some linseed oil on him, and that way he'll be safe, so he can, if he wants to numb on him or whatever. And then whenever he's like 20, he's gonna find this and be like, what are all these little marks in there? I was like, oh, those are your little snaggle teeth. The 2 teeth that you had in when you were like 9 months when I gave that to you. Those are your little snaggle teeth that were Mama still has those teeth somewhere. All right, you want any more of this? Did you want some of this other one? This is a sour fruit punch. I'm pretty sure we've had this before. Okay. We're hoping it turns out good. It doesn't, you know, that it didn't turn into vinegar. There was a lambic, I think it was it was a table beer that Jake and I had. And it was pretty old. And we kind of did it, we drank it when I visited in Nashville, when we like split our beer, you know? And he took some and I took some, split it in half. And we're like, you know what, let's share a final beer in the house. And we had that beer and it was so boring. It lost all carbonation. It like barely had any flavor.
I feel like that was like some kind of omen.
Lost flavor.
I don't know.
I mean, the show had change from what it originally, like it still had like Jake's chaos, you know, which a lot of people found entertaining. You know, we had a lot of people who used to come on the show to watch that. But I mean, we could have made a separate show that wasn't trade skills for that where we weren't interviewing people, and we didn't want, I wanted people to somewhat take it serious, you know. It's like, hey, I have this platform where I interview people. You should come on my show. I wouldn't want them to be like, yeah, let me look over your profile real quick and then I'll get back to you. And then they're like, oh, hell no. You know, a little silliness is fine, you know. It's the reason why Conan O'Brien people, which I mean, they're obviously, it's apples to oranges, like pretty different, but you can have some seriousness and then some humor. But if it's all like just chaos and stuff, then I can't imagine that would be really interesting for anybody to watch, let alone be a part of. Chuck McFall, 790. Thanks for tuning in, man. I'm trying to get these blades nice and honed up. That looks all right. Now for the pop a blade. I'm still not sure which of these two blades I like the best. It might be this one, but I'm not positive. It's the ASMR part of it. It would be ASMR if it didn't have music in the background, right? There's still music in the background? No? You turned it on Facebook, right? There wasn't music? very slight in the background.
I thought you were crazy.
Oh, no.
Editing turns that shit on to their state.
I mean, whether you want that or whether you want white noise. I mean, I want to hear people smacking on chicken bones, but the guy who was just like, tonight we're going to hear the story of Jason and the Argonauts.
I'm not sure what she listens to. I like soap being cut.
It's like early TikTok days, like watching soap be cut. They have all the little lines in it, and they're like,
I still love it. I'll still sit there and watch it for 20 minutes.
oh, that's so autistic. I had a table the other day at work, and they had their little baby, and it still was pretty young. I think it was like 5 months or something like that. And I was talking about us, and then I was talking about going to Waldorf, like trying it out, and they were like, "What's that?" I was like, Waldorf. Like, I was like, "Well, have you heard of Montessori?" And they're like, "No." It's like, "Really?" I was like, because they had their daughter looking at books instead of screens, and they're like, "Oh yeah, well, we don't want her like really focused on screens." And I was like, you should check it out. I was like, it might be something you like. And I was like, it's not a cold.
You had to say that.
I was like, I mean, at first it felt kind of culty when we went there, but then after a while, I was like, okay, it's not a cult. He's like, when people tell you it's not a cult, it makes me think like it's actually a cult. And I was like, they did give us Kool-Aid, but like, no. I was talking about the benefits of them, and I told him he should check it out. That's like, there's a lot of benefits for early childhood development, nurturing curiosity.
Started out not so great.
Yeah, I was like, it had, not so great origins, but I mean, people still love their Jeeps, and people still are their Volkswagens, and people still love their Hugo Boss, and I guess nobody really likes Boss these days. There's a lot of those companies that were affiliated. I mean, Fanta. I mean, Hugo Boss like literally was like making their uniforms. Like Hugo Boss, people saw Hugo Boss before they, a lot of people did before they met their untimely end. Like, ugh. Anyways, I don't want to get too much into that. I feel like that's not really the ideal conversation during a stream. So right now, if you're curious, I am trying to take off as much material as I can from this cowboy. I'm trying to get a nice little lip underneath here, and I'm hoping that I don't just carve a build hat that's just like, I'm thinking I'm gonna I have it kind of thick right here. I think I'm gonna like swoop it some, so I'll have to go in there and probably use probably something like this, and just get in there and just kind of keep taking out material and taking out material. These ones aren't great.
Do you have a scooper?
I do, but it's much bigger. It's for like spoons. It's probably like that big. Like it's this thing. You can tell this thing has not been.
One that's almost like cylindrical.
What do you mean?
It's like this, but like cylindrical.
Do you want something like this, but rounded? It's just like this. Yeah, I've got that. I don't think I've ever sharpened these. Eventually, if I get this thing with compound on it, you'll be able to use something like this.
That's cool. That's a sharpener.
Well, you'll put the compound in here, and then you'll you know, Oriole, this. So I've got to get this all over here. Essentially, it's kind of like a crayon. So I'll get, it's not gridded. It just takes off just very, very small amounts of material. Actually, I think the one that goes with this one is this one, and it's designed to be able to get into, you know, small crevasses. So you'll come in here, and but the thing is, it's like there's such a difference in how this one feels on here. You know, this feels like a fucking brick versus this just feeling like a kind of a thick crayon. This feels like I'm using like chalk, but it doesn't glide like chalk. I don't know. This one came from a much more reputable company than this did. You know, this was like Amazon Basics almost. It was like, but this came from an actual like good company. So flex cut, and you'll just put tons of this stuff on here. What's that? This is? Why? So my show has been so fucking boring that she has, it wasn't until I pulled out this little prop that she just was like perked up. What you got over there? Baby, you can say it's boring. Something in. Okay. So how you sharpen this side, even though it is rounded, you're basically going to pull and turn at an angle. And opposite side. The crevasse. Yeah, and see these like, you see these lines in here? That's literally like small amounts of metal. Like
What?
very small granular levels of metal.
You can't tell me that's not cool.
Yeah, of course. Do it, lady. And then you'll come over on this side and you'll you'll do it for a while, and then it'll allow you to come in here and yep.
Hey, you should riddle everybody something for our Christmas presents.
Yeah, apparently Christmas trees are pretty easy to make. But yeah, that worked pretty well. I don't know if you can kind of see how well it took off the material. And that was just a brief sharpening. I can actually like stick at it a little longer. But like, I think it's pretty important knowing how each of these tools work and kind of what's the purpose of them.
How easy would it be to
You probably wouldn't want to whittle a snowflake. You'd probably want to chip. I wouldn't want to do it. That sounds tedious. You're basically going to come in here with, I mean, I guess a blade like this would work. And you're going to have to do all the draw it out, the geometry of it. And you're going to push your blade in. Push your blade in.
And the nose. The nose is cute.
Yeah. But essentially like carving at an angle. You're just doing bunches of these kind of cars, but really, really focused. Bear Claw, what's going on? I like that name. That ripped. Probably needs a good sharpen. Yeah. But there are people who love that. Honestly, there are people who that is their style. They love, but it's also the same kind of people who like, you know, you've seen the guys who do like single dots, or that you've seen the guy that stippling, or the guy who does nails. He does tons and tons of little nails and then put string through them and makes designs. It's just really, really long and tedious.
I used to stipple for,
You were a stippler?
for my, for illustration.
I mean, small amounts of it's fine. Like
Took forever.
I used to do a little bit of that for shading when I used to draw characters.
The whole artifact was stippled. We had to get the shadows right, the angles right.
Why? Why in archaeology would that be something that would be needed?
Because there used to be, not now that cameras adjust on their own, but there used to be kind of like, you know, issues with photos picking up certain things in artifacts, like inscriptions and stuff like that.
So you would stipple for just really, really good accuracy.
Yep.
So is this just the poor quality of the film camera? Is this, or is this actually something that's on there and it's like, well, just look at the stipple. Alfonso Delgado. That's a great name. All right, we're slowly but surely taking material off of this cowboy. It's taking so long. I mean, we've been on the air for, I can't even see the time. The clock eludes me. 10:51. It's almost 11. And mind you, I did go live a little later. I think it says I've been alive for an hour and 28 minutes. Time flies, right? She says no. She says, I have suffered down here. I have suffered. Yeah, it's true. But I like you being here. Sometimes, like whenever you're streaming alone, it's similar to being on the air. If you guys have ever, I'm sure you guys heard it. Nancy Rand, you know. I don't know who Nancy Rand is, but I was like a radio DJ for a little while, and you just feel like you're talking to yourself all the time, and chances are you probably are, because I had a late night show called, well, one show was called Neon, and that was it on Saturday nights? So yeah, it was Saturday nights, and it was at midnight. I was a fucking madman. So I would work at the brewery, and then the brewery would close up, and then I think I had a little bit of a break, and then I would come back to the radio station and go on the air at midnight with a show called Neon, which was all like synthwave, the midnight stuff like that. And I would do that for 2 hours, and then I would go home, go to sleep, and then I would come back to the radio station and do Sunday Kind of Love. Ella Fitzgerald kind of inspired old soul, crooners, old jazz. So I went live, I think on Thursday night with Neon, or with the Hive. So the same kind of vibe, old soul. I also worked full time, multiple jobs. I think I was both Mellow, Pretoria, the radio station. I was doing trade skills. I think I had locos sometimes. Larry and Mick Gowen. McWayne. Yeah, so Loco sometimes. And then I had this concert venue thing, Spectra or whatever it was called, where if like a musician came into town and they needed bartenders, you know, Jake and I would work that. It wasn't bad. And Jake actually stayed with him longer than I did. He called me today. He's actually doing pretty good. I told you he's caught up on everything. They pay him, I think they pay him like, they pay him well. I wasn't gonna say how much they pay him, but they pay him well, and he seems to be happy. He said he's visited with his tech job all of the states aside from Alaska and Hawaii with them. And he has been gone since May. He's been back to Nashville for 1 day, and he said he won't be back until October. I'm like, dang, homie. He seems to be happy with it. The artist he's working for, he says he really takes care of them, and he's really cool. He told me he was drinking with the lead singer of some band. I don't know the band. It's like 1975 or something. Yeah. He's like, you don't know who that is? I was like, is that a synthwave band? And he's like, no. He's like, they're a popular band. And I was like, man, I'm fucking old. He says, well, I was getting fucked up with him not too long ago. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I mean, cool. I was like, I don't know who it is, but if you're impressed with it, I'm impressed with it. Jake's met some cool people through his jobs. He's met Jason Momoa. He's met Post Malone, Taylor Swift, Dwight Yoakam. Yeah, a lot of those. I'm slowly, if you guys are wondering what the hell I'm doing, I'm just trying to take off all this material. Where's the vacuum? Babe, you remember where the vacuum came from. Search your feelings. What else do you see on the ground? It's gray. They're spread out throughout the place. They're square. I forgot we had a long stint of flooding. And it was like to get up a lot of the humidity and stuff that was the water, and then the dehumidifier that's over there that it's supposed to like, hey, that's been there. It's supposed to like pull water out of the air, humidity. Do I have robots down here? Call that. We have a humidifier upstairs. Well, why don't we get the little one that sweeps and mops?
You need more robots in this house. We have enough. We have an air conditioning unit. We have a central, what is it called?
HVAC?
We got one of those.
Tina Chapel, what's going on?
All these damn robots in this
They're not robots. There's no intelligence to them.
We have a microwave.
We do.
Do you know I've never owned a microwave as an adult? Until now.
And we use it.
Well, against my will.
Is that it?
Well, I also endorsed to use Alexa.
Alexa's great.
I actually love that.
Yeah. I remember that one time I asked her about trade skills and she knew what it was. It was very short-lived.
You would never forget that.
No, I recorded it.
And every time I come home, you're playing trade skills on 5 different.
Yeah. Way to give away my resources, my trick. Now people know how I got all 5 views. How does he got 5 views? Who's watching that shit?
All 5 people.
So, I feel like I need to clarify.
Nobody can hear me. You just look like you're talking to yourself.
They can hear
They can hear me.
to somewhat, yeah, to some extent.
Another goddamn robot.
Another robot. Yeah, they, babe, I need you to get this microphone over here. Yeah?
For what?
So I don't, now that I was thinking about it, the last time you were on the show,
I'm an enigma. I'm not real.
I just looked like a crazy person talking to myself. And, you know, you don't have to, like, hold it close to you or anything.
I was gonna go to sleep.
You good now, Bonqui? Just put it over here by her. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Oh, shit. All right. Oh, well joined. Thanks, oh, well. Dog smack ASMR. She do be smacking. It was a real problem while you were pregnant. She almost died.
You almost died because you wouldn't stop her.
I wouldn't stop what?
You wouldn't stop her.
How am I supposed to stop a dog from smacking?
Take her away from me. Remove her from the situation. It's dangerous.
It's dangerous. So she was like, there's certain things, if you've been pregnant or if you have kids, you've seen your partner, how it kind of works. It's like, it's not 100% logical, their triggers. While, you know, sometimes it could be smells, sometimes it could be sounds.
I've never had a smell trigger, or honestly, I didn't really crave anything either.
No, just the normal like sweets and stuff.
Yeah, but the sounds and the like overstimulation, like her constantly licking me.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna lose it because it's like I have a person inside of me. I cannot get away from it, and I have my dog coming up and like licking me too. It's just overstimulating.
I can imagine. And then even when she's not like licking you, you'll be like, Bonnie, stop. And she'll be sitting on her little pillow and be like,
Oh yeah.
and there's nothing there, just smacking.
Yeah. Speaking of that,
Did she do it?
Yep.
She did?
Yep. Anyways, now that I'm back to my human brain, I love her little smacks and licks.
Sometimes.
And I knew it then. that it
Sometimes
was
you'd be like,
just-
okay, Bonnie.
Well, that's just because I'll have the baby and she wants my attention. And I'm like, okay, give me a second. Or like, he's climbing on me and pulling my hair and clawing my eyes out.
Or it's like late at night and we're like winding down
Trying
and
to
she gets
sleep.
super, I won't say she gets super excited, but I think it's like her wanting to be close to us. And so she'll just like,
Yeah, I
She'll
had
just-
to share with him all day.
she'll just lick, 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 lick. And then she'll just keep moving. And like, she'll start off with like your calf and then just kind of keep moving it and keep moving it until she's completely covered you in just raunchy stinkness. Right now, she currently smells, I can only call it a dead animal. It really smelled like a dead animal.
What?
Her breath.
Where?
What do you mean where? From her mouth.
I don't know.
So I was upstairs with Florence and I was playing with him in his completely empty room, and that we have tomorrow that we're doing. Oh, tonight.
Yeah.
She's like, tonight, we're building it up. What?
Yeah, well, if we,
If-
tomorrow technically.
Poppy gets off the damn air. But yeah, so I'm chilling with little man, and she's licking me, and then I'm like, "The fuck is that smell?" I was like, "What is that?" And I grabbed him up and was like sniffing his butt, his diaper to see if he had, pooped himself. I hadn't given him anything different today. It's just strawberries and his bottles. And then I looked over, and then the smell hit me like a wave of stink. It was like, when we drove by when we were going home the other day, or it was today, and we saw the dirt devil. It was like a stink devil, and it hit me right in my nose. And I was just like, oh, shit.
It swirled into your nostrils.
Yeah, it literally smelled like a dead animal.
Hey, nothing that she could ever do is ever going to compare to Sniff's stink.
You loved her stink.
I love Bonnie's stink, too.
All right, see how I'm slowly working him down?
That looks like a square UFO.
A UFO would not be difficult to make.
You should do that next time.
Only thing is man, you have to cut so much material off.
You chose the big block. You have free will.
I do have free will.
I also am not a wood carver. You're doing this, not me. You should not have taken my advice.
That's fair.
But here you are.
All right, so he's going to be a cowboy at some point. Just kind of like, from here up. What?
A cowboy and cowboys and aliens.
No, just a cowboy.
I don't know.
I could do a cowboy alien.
You should. I like that.
Should I still give him a mustache?
Yes.
Because he's in disguise,
Yeah.
I love that.
Girl.
Should he wear like a little t-shirt to like blend in?
No.
He should just have his little gray body.
Naked. Put a diaper on it.
No, well, it's still going to be from here up, but I think that
Put a diaper then.
I think him having like howdy partner, like looking like trying to fit in, but he obviously is an alien, giving off like kind of Rango vibes.
Okay, yeah, whatever. Make him a lizard.
No, I think the alien's perfect,
Me
and I
too.
think that fits in line with our show. That sound.
I hate it.
Do you?
Yes, my whole my teeth just hurt. The roots of my
Good thing I
teeth
didn't pull
are
that one
in
out.
pain.
That's the one that's the scooped one for spoons and such. Memphis, what's going on? I'm making a alien cowboy.
What movie is it where they put a character they call him Memphis? What movie is that?
Memphis, Happy Feet.
Oh yeah,
Hugh Jackman.
yeah, that's right.
That's such a cute little movie.
It is.
It actually had good singing in it.
You know what? I want to go to the zoo now and go see the penguins.
We did.
No, I want to do it again.
Man, I'm gonna have to sharpen that bad boy again because he is not moving like I want him to.
All right.
Time for what? Puppy ASMR?
Never mind.
All right. He's getting there.
Guess not.
I want him to have a big old head.
I think she's mad. So we're talking about her breath.
I mean, it is what it is.
She got the best sticky breath.
So this is gonna be a gray, correct? That's probably what the best.
Um,
I'm thinking a gray.
I don't know that, what are the other ones?
There's all kinds of
Little
aliens.
green men, like they look the same. The only difference is they're like, you know, one's green and one's gray. How are you supposed to know which one is which on a piece of wood?
Well, I mean, the green and the gray are going to look pretty similar.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Why is it specified?
A little flat mouth. They have nose
I thought they had
holes.
like holes, kind of like a flat nose, like flesh
Sister
to their
guy.
face. But there's two like nose pockets that go upward.
Hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Can you?
Let me see him. Oh, I love him. That's great. Cowboys and aliens. Cowboy alien.
Mm-hmm. But I think that's probably a good stopping point for the show, right?
Yep, and you can finish him up next week.
I mean, I might work on them tomorrow.
Oh, or this week. That works too.
Guys, make sure if you decide to carve and you're not a master carver, wear some gloves. I mean, that right there, that was my finger today. That would have cut the shit out of me. Would have killed me. I would have died. And thankfully, the gloves were there. These are gloves that are designed. They're Kevlar laced, and they have all kinds of goodies on them. They're good for gripping, and you can get them at Walmart for fairly cheap. This whole kit, you can buy all of this on Amazon, super cheap. Just look up wood carving, whittling kit. Yep.
Ask the robot
Do it, lady.
on Amazon.
Do it, lady.
Mm-hmm.
Do it, lady. It's catchy, right? Do it, lady.
Yeah, it kind of is.
They're like, do what? And it's like,
I was like,
do it, lady.
when you said that last night, I was kind of pissed. I was like, what are you talking about?
Do it, lady.
What are you saying? And then you showed me the video, and they all had the same reaction as I did. And I was like, wow, I'm not as artistic as I thought I was. Everybody else
I mean, like
feels
Nike,
the
just
same.
do it. And what if people are asking questions? Just do what? Just do it. Just whatever it is, just do it. Do it, lady.
That's,
Do it, lady. Anyways.
funny.
She's gonna harf into it. Anyways, like I said, all of this equipment is super cheap on Amazon. You can check it out. RHDJ787.
Check it on.
RHD.
Check it out on the
Junior.
robots.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you can ask Alexa. You can go on your phone.
Oh yeah. But yeah, you can get all of this stuff. Even some of the kits will actually come with some of the basswood, which is kind of like ideal for carving. It's my little.
We have a chunky awake. I must leave. Goodbye.
Is he? He just woke up?
He's definitely stirring.
I must away.
I must away.
Either way, guys, thank you for tuning in. People who are on this platform, thank you for tuning in. You guys over here on blue, purple, red, a lot of love. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you guys have a great night.
All the robots.
All the robots, thank you. Like I said, I'm working on a cowboy alien, so he's coming in. Just have to take off a lot of material. I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow. At what time, I don't know, so just kind of keep an eye out. Thank you. Y'all are great. And yeah, hope you have a great night. Arrivederci.